I have a couple things that I wanted to say, but before that, there are a lot of people I also need to thank for making this event possible. First of all, I'd like to thank Arn and Fekte for coming all the way from Cambodia. I know it's a long flight, and certainly not an easy trip over, and we're very pleased to be. Are we your first stop? Okay, so we are his first gig, which I think is honor enough in itself. And also, I wanted to thank Quinn McSherry, one of our history majors, who was also instrumental in starting the process of inviting Arn to campus. And we couldn't have made the event happen without you, so thank you for that, Quinn. I also wanted to thank Arn's friends and family who are in attendance. This homecoming certainly means a lot to the PC community, but Arn has meant a lot to people in Providence, both here and also beyond the PC community. So thank you all for coming too. I also wanted to thank the staff of College Events for handling all the logistical work here, Academic Media Services for the tech setup and everything else that you see around you, the School of Arts and Sciences for the space. They sort of control this room and were nice enough to let us use it for this event. I also wanted to thank the departments and programs who sponsored. So I'm going to read the list, so apologies if I look down for a second. The History and Classics Department, the Gladys Brooks Foundation, the Office of Academic Affairs, the Department of Music, the Graduate History Program, the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, the Asian and Asian American Studies Program, the Communication Program, Theater, Dance, and Film, Public and Community Service Studies, Political Science, Global Studies, the Center for Engaged Learning, and the Social Science Program. So a long list of sponsors, which I think is a testament to how excited everyone was to have you back here, Arn. And I also wanted to thank our department's administrative coordinator, Meredith Haluga, who handled all of the real work of booking event spaces and talking to catering services on campus and just getting most of the talk done. So by way of introduction, Arn is going to talk a little bit more about his personal story. So I certainly won't rehash it. I'll just say that he is someone who, as a young boy, escaped the Khmer Rouge and the Cambodian genocide and then came to the United States. And he spent the rest of his life working on behalf of others, whether that meant working on behalf of marginalized people here in Providence or with his foundation, Cambodian Living Arts, that works to revive and support traditional Cambodian arts that the Khmer Rouge tried to extinguish. So with that said, I'll get out of the way, and I just want to say that, Arn, you are the best of Friartown, and we are so happy to welcome you back home. So I'll get out of the way and, welcome.
Thank you, Colin. And before I introduce you to Cambodia, a little country, a beautiful country, I would like to tell you that I'm very nervous. Just a few weeks ago, I was playing my flute for the children along the border of Thailand, where there are 250,000 of Cambodian people run away from the shelling. I never thought I would see this again in my life. So I'm running from the wildness and the suffering of the camp, coming here right now. It's a little change for me, and I'm sorry also forgive my broken English. I haven't spoken for a while, it seems, I feel like. But before that, before I introduce you to Cambodia briefly, I just want to say thank you for working hard, Colin, and your colleague, and especially it means a lot to me to say thank you for the young people here from the school who are working so hard to get me here. The school, Southeast Asian Club, or the young people who knew of me in the past. And it took 30 years for me to come back here. I graduated in 1992 from Providence College. 30 years was like a blink of an eye. I couldn't believe that. I got lost here today. I don't know where I was dorming or living. But coming home to Providence, particularly to Providence College, a place where, for me personally, not only giving me knowledge to get by in the world, but there's a little thing, we say a little thing, but the love I got from here, that's very important. And people who give me that love when I was here, they are here, few of them are here, taking me in out of their own way. Judy Jameson, who were here and said, everybody know your story? I said, I don't know. So to come to my house. She spent her time listening to my story, take me out of the school and we go to your home. And I remembered I slept in your home, ended up sleeping in your home, and someone get out of their way and knew enough that I had something. Something is quite big inside my heart that I just need to let it out. She was able to know that and feel that and got me to your home and gave me all the attention that I need. I really need that time. And transform me. And there are a few people here also, Cambodian Americans who now are here. Many of you know who you are. I mentioned, became my friends. And that's a love that I never forget. I carried your love and your caring wherever I go. And Father Cunningham, who was a 10th president of Providence College, who also saw something in me when I was lost. He took me to his office, also said, we might have a space for you, Arn, you know. So I got full scholarship coming here. In fact, from Brown University, I attended 2 years Brown University. I was lost. Not so much of academic there. I worked really hard there. No funk night, no weekends, no going out. And because my English was just only 4 years or 5 years of English, I ended up at Brown University because Jimmy Carter wrote me a recommendation. He went there many years ago. He wrote me a recommendation to go there, and the reason why, because I was asked by him to be a volunteer of a speaker for Amnesty International for 15 years. So I give my life to Amnesty International, speaking on behalf of other child soldier around the world, and that was why he wrote me a recommendation to go there. And I was lost there, and lucky I got, Providence College was small enough for me that I got all this attention. I was not willing to share what I'm doing right now with you in the past, but I'll tell you why now I'm willing to share and come out about my own past, and also want to say thank you for the love you gave me, Steve. You are here too, and you've been to Cambodia and supporting us. Jeffrey, you are here. You know all our lives as refugees. So that love, I'm foremost, it's important to me, and I would not be here today to stand here. And because of those love, starting from my adopted father, Peter Pond, and my Pond's family, who giving me that love, the reason I'm here today. I would like to just give briefly about where Cambodia is. Some of you, the young people, might not know where Cambodia is. It's a small Southeast Asian country where, like everywhere else in the world, it's very beautiful, a little country, and friendly and trustworthy and very loving people there, especially people. And you might ask why, you know, the capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh, bustling with, you know, like arts and culture. It was a renaissance, it was a golden age from the 60s to 70, towards 70. You know, people were singing Elvis Presley song, translate Elvis Presley song, and the Cambodian government there was pro-Americans. That's why it hit hard when the communists took over Cambodia, and art and also, architecture was really like a golden age. I remember I was a temple boy living in my town, and I was supposed to stay in the temple and and meditate and learn how to, cook a tea for monk. And when I hear rock and roll, I couldn't control myself. Rock and roll in Khmer, they translated in Khmer, and the singer Sin Sisamut was very. He was like Elvis Presley of Cambodia or Diana Ross of Cambodia, And I couldn't control myself. I run out and dance, and I love American war movies. There were like World War II movie where people shooting, and my little brother, I would take him to. I was probably 12, and my little brother was probably 6, and my little sister, we were dancing to the rock and roll. And what I love in the morning, what we love to eat was that called baguette, French bread, crunchy French bread, and there was something called American ice cream. We put American ice cream and the French bread together, we squash it together, we eat for breakfast every day. Tastes really good, and that's how we love. It was only, that was 1973, 1974. It was short-lived for me. I was probably only 12. I was a street boy already, temple boy and a street boy. I got whipped by the monk a few times because I was supposed not to get out of the temple, but I cannot control myself when I heard rock and roll music, and when I hear, there's ice cream, when I like ice cream truck. When the ice cream come across the temple, they make noise, and I run out. The Khmer Rouge came in. You guys probably learned in your class about the Khmer Rouge. It was short-lived for me. I was 12 years old, and all of a sudden, like somebody pulled a rug out of your foot. 1975. The Khmer Rouge came in with the guns and a lot of cheering in 1975. They said that peace is coming, and I was young, but I knew that they were not anything good, and I told my aunt about them. My aunt, you're too young, you don't know anything. I ended up to be right. A few days later, the Khmer Rouge have announced that everybody had to get out of the town, and they took me to live. They forced me to live in a temple where they a Buddhist temple where they converted into a killing camp. 700 of us, but children were not prisoners, but we were forced to live there, and killing now start everywhere. In the middle of this killing, day in and day out, the Khmer Rouge had also forced the children like myself to watch the killing, and many times they watch us in the face. If you show any emotion toward the people you kill, whether they are your relatives or somebody else, they see you show any emotion, they'll take you and kill you in a spot. So I remember we hold each other's hand and trying to squeeze each other's hand to not cry. In the middle, it has been very hard for us. I remember to stop, you have to shut yourself off from what you're seeing. Smell of the blood, and the Khmer Rouge do not use gun. They kill you with axe and sticks. I'm not sure why they all do all of these things. It's like hell beyond words. I have to I probably did very well. Shut your own heart in order not to kill and not to really feel what they were doing. So you have to make yourself numb to the situation what they've done. It costs your life. So for 4 years I've lived there, and in the middle of all of this, in the midst of all this, they have kids learn to play music and dance. We were half starved to death. And for 4 years, only probably 70 of us are alive, the children. I'm one of them. Out of 700, almost 70 of them survived. And right now, I was thinking that music really, the things that saved my life at all. And I think because I have to give my survival to my own family, I never found out what happened to them. You know, we have large family in Cambodia, large family. And I've lost them, most of them. And I just learned recently that my dad and my mom was a really good actors and actresses. And that's a target of the Khmer Rouge. You know, when they came, the artists, the musicians, the performers, the doctors, the chemists, anybody who demonstrates knowledge, who demonstrate that they were pro the West, especially pro-Americans, anything that they will kill you and kill the whole family. And I played the dulcimer. They forced four or five other kids. They were slow to learn the instruments. They were taken into the mango grove, and one of my first teacher, also were killed, and then they got another teacher for me to teach us. So I wanted to. So now the killing is a propaganda song. They want us to play. It's not a regular song. It was a faster beat, and I'll demonstrate for you in the flute. I pick up the flute later, but I play the other instrument like the dulcimer. And it's faster song, the rhythm is like a militaristic, and the words, the lyric of it is like chlorifying blood, killing, especially killing American. And I've heard the word American ring so much in my life, but I never knew what American, beside ice cream. I know the American ice cream, that's all. I've never met American before. So I don't know what American look like and why they hate Americans so much. American war movie I saw. But, you know, so I'll demonstrate for you. It's like, you know, and they brainwash you day in, day out. I'm not dwelling on this anymore because it's part of my life. Then 79, so 4 years of that temple. I'm not sure how I survived. And the Khmer Rouge give you guns now. They took the instruments away. They gave me guns. And I survived they didn't train us how to use guns. So imagine many children like me, thousands of children were forced to carry guns and go to draw fire first, to die first. So the Khmer Rouge, they would keep their soldier alive as long as they can. Thousands of us were pushed into the front line and to draw fire first. I'm not sure how I survived there too, but then I was lost in the jungle, few months, jungle. I follow monkey for food. Probably I act like monkey. When I ended up in high school here in the 1980, they call the high school kids here call me monkey. I might look like a monkey or act like monkey, and it was not offended for me, but it hurts. And I might, because I used to live with monkey in the jungle, and I followed them for food because there was no food in the jungle. So I couldn't climb the big trees. you have to watch out whatever fruits you eat in the jungle, because it can poison you. It did that a few times for me, and luckily I survived. You pick up a beautiful fruit like, like apples or something. You eat it. One time I got my lips swollen, and then the fruit, I saw it consists of maggots inside the fruits, because you don't know what kind of fruit. You never knew. You can't identify them. Following monkey helps me, because they had something. They were up there and they jerk around, and they were surplus of the fruit. They don't care about the fruit, and it drops. So I pick up the drops. Usually I eat it, and usually it's okay. So that's probably, I follow them, and eventually, I'm not sure how many months, but it seemed like forever, I ended up almost giving up also in the jungle, because like I walked a few times, I got lost sometime by myself there. For a 12-year-old boy, and I weigh probably 30 pounds. I was in half of a tiger's meal, and so you keep surviving from the tiger, from other animals that can eat you alive. Snake, they can mimic, you step on them, you have no chance. So I'm not sure how I survived there too. And then on my last leg, I ended up in the camp inside Thailand. They took my clothes off, and they washed me, and I was really crying, and they thought I was a little child, but I wasn't a little child. They took my clothes off. I was trying to, I saw some white woman for the first time, and then where I met a white man, they call him Americans. Finally, I saw a white man called Americans, and among those children that were dying on the floor, on the mud, Peter literally stepped on me. Peter's like 300 pounds, 350 pounds or something. He's short, but he's strong. He played football, A reverend, he called him a reverend, Peter Pond. He lives in Connecticut. His mom is in Connecticut, but he lives around New Hampshire and Providence. And he stepped on me, and the rest is history. He picked me up. I saw him crying. I couldn't speak because I didn't speak English at all. The fall of 1980, I was with other kids in New Hampshire. We were in New Hampshire settled about around this time, the fall of 1980, almost 35 years ago. The next day, he took me to high school, to White Mountain Regional High School. They were all white kids. There were no Haitian, there were no black, there were no other Asian. They were stunned. I remembered when they came out of the hallway, like they were stopping, like hundreds, like a bees, sound like a bees coming out. I was stunned. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm outnumbered by this kid. Right away, they start playing around with me, I asked them not to hit my head, because in Cambodia, you hit your head, it's like a Buddha living here. Your parent living here. And then I start hitting back in their button. We all get a fight, because it's just a little thing. It's already started. I smell the trouble, and they start calling me monkey and all these things, and it hurts. And it took me a few years to learn English. I spit it on my teacher's face. There were no such thing called ESL that year. And Pat Gibbon, who came assigned to teach us English, she kept saying to me like, the TH, the. There's no thus in my language. So she keeps spitting on my face. She was frustrated. She said, Arn, put your tongue out and say the. I spit on her face because she spit it on my face. And I ran out of high school, and they said I was wild. I was arrested a few times, and I was really frustrated and confused and angry. So I planned to buy guns, but lucky, in New Hampshire, the closest store to your home is 15 miles away, so I could not buy. I ran away from home, and Peter Pond knew that I survived the jungle of Cambodia. I might not survive the jungle of New Hampshire. He knew that. I think he was right, because it's just too much. Nobody ever stared at me in Cambodia. I shoot them. I could not do that in White Mountain Regional High School. I was confused. I don't know why these people like to hurt people, like to say things like that. They were just high school kids. And they did not know where Cambodia was. Even my own principal that time, Mr. Kelly, he knew geographically where Cambodia is, but had no idea what just happened there. It was a killing field. The movie came out later, the movie Killing Field. So I don't blame them. And the kid had no idea what I just went through a few months ago. I don't blame them either later on. And Peter said, Arn, you must speak to them. So I have to wake up 4 o'clock every morning. My mom, Shirley, my mom, woke up at 4 o'clock teaching me ABC. So I learned how to speak English by word by mouth, like word by word. Explain to them, it is hurtful, my name is Arn, and I told them my story and in the church. I never thought they would care in listening to me. I never want to share it, and to give myself out like that. It's like a surrender. Because the kids are so busy kissing, they're so busy with their ice cream, they're so busy with their mauling, they're so busy with everything, they're not going to care about what I went through. I see them kissing all the time. They love the kissing. I was curious why they love kissing, In Cambodia, they don't do those things, mouth-to-mouth things. They sniff. They didn't show you. They don't show you. A wife and husband rarely show you. They do it in a room or something. But no mouth-to-mouth reciprocation or something you call it. But they love that, seem to love that. So they don't. I know they don't care about what I'm going to say to them. I was wrong. When I start open my mouth, I remember a young white girl come to me at the church. She cried, and I shared about my little sister, a little brother who starved slowly to death. She said, and she gave me $1. She said, Arn, I'm sorry for what happened to you in your country. We will stop make fun of you, and she gave me $1. That's when I learned that American kids really care if they know about the issue. It's just simple issue, and so from then on, I was, like I said, it took that time to about probably 10 to 15 years. I changed 4 high schools. And then it took me to university before I finished. And with the love they gave me, that saved my life second time. My dad, them here, that saved my life a second time. That's why I am here at all. I'm telling you, it's hard. I was lost. Even here, with the crowd, with the good food, with the good friends, with everybody, I was lost. I was isolated. I was among you. I'm sure this is not on my reason alone. I found out that, I have white adopted brothers and sisters as well. They told me they feel hurt too when my father divorced from my mom, Peter. It hurts them a lot. They say, oh, don't compare my hurt to you, Arn, you lost everything. But I told them, hurt is hurt. So all of you, I look at you in the eyes here. Everyone has story, every one of you. Don't hide it, ask for help. And don't judge other because they have the story, or don't compare. Hurt is hurt. And all of you have something, I know that. So let us work together to heal and share And if you see somebody isolated from you, it doesn't have to be in Cambodia. The people who live in this community, many of whom are still lonely, the white, the black, the green, the blue, you have now many of them from different places, and it hurts them. It just needs somebody like Judy, like Steve, Jeffrey, Father Cunningham, who said, "What's wrong with you? Tell me. Come to my house." It needs that. And it needs that from you. Your friend needs that from you. Your boyfriend needs that from you. Your girlfriend needs that from you. Not only fun, 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 not kissing, kissing, kissing all the time. I like that. I like that when I learn. When I learn the kissing, why you like it, I want to try it. And I learned it. I learned it. It's okay. If it's from your heart, if it's from your heart, somebody you speak about it, around here. And when you speak something controversial, you might be shut down. So it's a risk. Everything is a risk. Whether you speak or you play your flute or now go back to Cambodia and help out or whatever, it's all risk. So we have to, so I begin my journey back. When I start raising money now, I go back in 1998. When I first got there, I saw my first teacher again, survived, and down, not out, but he was drunk. I've never seen him drunk. The guy who's taught me how to play music during the Khmer Rouge, he survived after 23 years. Right away, he recognizes me, and he smiled, but tears coming out, and come and hug me. He's like a King Kong, he's a big guy and very dignified, no job, cutting hair on the street. And he said, "Where have you been, Arn?" I said, "It's a long story." But I told him, "America." He said, "Wow, America? How did you go there?" I underestimate him that he did not know anything about America. No, I was wrong. In the past, before the Khmer Rouge, he knows a lot about America, that guy. So I came back here a few times, and I go back. Because here I was, when I was at Brown and at Providence College, I started already a program here called a Big Brother and Big Sister program and gang prevention program with some of my friends here, Cambodian friends here who helped me to start that. And thank you for your friendship here too. Lekana, Makna, and my also adopted brother and sister here too. So they will all help out the community through this program. And it still exists today, the gang prevention program. So I burned out physically from the program. So I went back to Cambodia in 1996. So 98, Cambodian Living Arts started there. And I found other masters that survived. You know those who like Elvis Presley, they are household name, Like few of them survived the Khmer Rouge. No job, and they live in obscurity. They live in poverty, and nobody really give a damn about that. I don't blame anyone over there. They were still like disoriented from the Khmer Rouge. So I went back, and then it started. 25 years later, this is probably one of the, she is like Diana Ross, Cambodia. She was a greatest opera singer ever. And I used to hear her on the radio. Squeaky voice on radio. I was dancing, taught her. Know her name, and I said, "Sing for me." She said, "Yes, son." For the first time, I heard it from her husband that the first time she spoke out about it. She spoke English. She spoke sandwich. "Give me a beer and a sandwich. I'll sing for you." "That's all I do in my life. I sing," she said. And I found out she did not know how to read and write Khmer, Cambodians. She memorized thousands of songs. Great lady. She passed away now, and that's how we started Cambodian Living Art. it's an emergency kind of situation for me in 1998, 2000. They just need a medical care and something they don't know, they never heard of is like, health care. I give them some money that I come back and start doing the speaking now, speaking for them now. I begin to and few more other masters. Now 25 years later, we have now many of them died, but the skill had been passed on. You know, music in my country, we don't have they don't read and write. They pass down one to one, you know, to the student in the home. So if the master died, the whole art form will die forever with them. So it's very now, 25 years later, we support young artists throughout Cambodia. Especially we give priority to young girls, minority groups on the mountain, under the mountain. Many villagers in the whole Cambodia, they never heard live music before. We started Steve and his school from Watkinson School, helped me to start. They lead the Watkinson High School kid to go to Cambodia every year, each year, for 10 years now. And I would love to start here, exchange student from Providence College for you to bring to Cambodia. It's about time. In the end, I'm alumni here. So please come to Cambodia, help me out. And we start something called the Khmer Magic Music Bus. It's very close to my heart. You know, a physical bus that we brought a master and student on a 40-passenger bus. Steve and I would go, we stop anywhere in remote area and just play for free. I play my flute and the children would come and they touch, they never seen it. They've seen guns. They know what it is. They can dismantle guns like crazy, like I was. Blowing, they run off into the jungle, they blow, and their parents said, wow, why they like that so much? Steve and I tried to explain to the ex-Khmer Rouge. There are children of ex-Khmer Rouge in the jungle who we wanted to give them musical instruments, not guns. Learn how to play music and learn how to care about people, not hate, not killing through the guns. That's where I am at in my heart now, and that's what I want to, before I play a closing piece. You know, music has been carrying my life, my whole life, and helps save me. And I want the next piece will probably giving you that light that I have carry on. And I just want to share also with you before I close that this piece called lullaby. A lullaby we call Bombay. A lullaby there is a lullaby in the world. I played in Galilee, Jerusalem for the Jewish people, and I played with the family in Mount Galilee for the Palestinian families. And before I play, I wanted to pray for all this country who had been very nice to me. I had family mostly from both sides. The Palestinian and Israeli, many young people, they only want peace, want love. What stopped them, I don't know. Millions of them want like I want. They don't want to see anybody suffer, inflicted by brother and sister. I guess they have to come up to the plate if they really want it, not to hide, and not to, that's why we all here. Thank you for coming here, for standing up, for choosing where you want to be. So I want to wish, peace for all of them around the world. They're still dying, the children everywhere. So, and for our country too. As soon as I got back here, I've seen a lot of good news. There are some heartbreaking news here, and someone died here. Many children died here in the school shooting because someone just feel isolated. Someone cannot see life is meaningful anymore. We can bring that light to that individual. You could. So let me sing a good song for you, a soothing song, a beautiful song, not like the first song. So it made me feel good too. I want to say something before I open the question. I love the time is good or no? Good time is good. Yeah. 5-minute video about Cambodian Living Arts, 25 years of Cambodian Living Arts, and then close a remark.
Cambodian Living Arts is an organisation that has always known arts and cultural expression. We believe that the arts are at the heart of vibrant and peaceful society. Work in 1998, when our founder, Arn Chorn Pond, returned to Cambodia. Arn saw that the arts, which had saved his life during the years of the Khmer, danger of dying out. For our first decade, we worked to protect and revive dance, theatre, puppetry. All of these and more were at risk of being forgotten. Master artists and set up classes where they could pass on their skills and their knowledge to young students in their communities all over. The mission of Cambodia changed, and the arts continued to grow from strength to strength. Our work developed too. As well as supporting the master artists, growing up, and need to be able to make a living in the arts. Offer scholarships, and we created performances and festivals. Artists could earn enough income to continue. Artists are the ones who will make culture and art. Our role is evolving once again. We work to provide opportunities, inspiration to those artists. Got their own projects. We want to inspire young people to keep connected, express themselves through the art. Artists need opportunities and security. We're making more grants, more commissions, and producing an annual artists and technicians. We're incubating the first industry association. Our work is a catalyst in Cambodia's vibrant arts sector.
I have before I open the question, my colleague here, Pekadai. Pekadai is here with me from Cambodia. His second time to come to America ever. So Pekadai there, my brother, and not brother, brother, but Cambodian Living Arts totally now turned from $6,000 25 years ago now to almost up $1.5 million or 2 million in kind, the most successful art institution anywhere in the planet. From the ashes we've started with. I'm proud of that. And it has to connect with America, and it has to connect with Providence College. And you guys didn't even know that, right? Yes, now you know. So please get our friendship going long term. Before I close, and something I wrote yesterday with Pekadai, I want to give you a final remark, and then we open the floor. I shall not be alive today, but I am here, not to remember the darkness, but to remind you the light we all carry. Music saved my life. It gave me a voice when the world tried to silence me. And now it is my mission to ensure that no culture, no people, no soul ever be silent again. Each of us has a responsibility not just to succeed for ourselves or for yourself, but to heal, to be service, and to create the world where humanity is never lost to hatred and greed. If a child soldier can find peace through a flute, then I know that each of you can find your own way to help bring peace and love into this world. You can. Thank you.
Okay, so we do have a little bit of time for questions, and I think we especially welcome questions from students. So if there's anything that you would like to ask Arn about his presentation, or anything that you would like to ask Fekade about how Cambodian Living Arts works, please feel free. So questions? Don't be shy.
Anything?
Yes.
Hi, I was just wondering, would you say that your childhood traditions and heritage motivated you to speak today and found the CLA?
I missed it.
Does that motivate you to speak?
Teach?
To speak about?
Oh. No, you know, a political science major. I would say I learned a lot about law. You coach me a lot. Yeah, about history around the world. Right? I have to take a what they call the course that exists. Different courses here. Huh? Western Civ. And even I talked to you about introducing Eastern Civ. That Eastern Civ, which is a Buddhist teaching and other philosophy and stuff like that. It was about to happen though, because you guys were a little bit much open during the time 30 years ago. Open, not now. I don't think that now it's closed out. But yeah, Father Cunningham said, why not teach some philosophy from the East, not only West. I learned so hard about the West. But the reason is that, number one, when I speak, or when I play the flute now, I rather play music than speaking. It's hard for me to share my guts out all the time, I do this first for myself also, but I do this for my little sister, my little brother that died, and I do this for now girls who we give priority to. By coming here, I go back, I saved 25 lives, a girl, literally, by not being trapped into prostitution or got amputated by landmines. 5 girls a month, a young, beautiful girl, young, beautiful as you are, smart, and no opportunity whatsoever in a beautiful country like that. And he's always asked me, why you feel so responsible all the time? It's not all your problem. That's how I learned, but being with around people who said, it's our responsibility all the time. You have to some injustice, and you have to stand up, you have to be there. That's what I learned from all of them. And so I said, yes, it's my responsibility, whatever I can. So as soon as I got back home, I will see a beautiful young girl's face, and 25 lives you save forever. And who knows, those girls will save the world. You will be the president of the United States. We were close. Why would not? I vote for her. We were close. I don't want to say anything here about politics. I too hot now to say stuff. But that's what I learned. We call democracy or participation is very important in things that nowadays you had those choice, those opportunity to participate. Why don't you? That's where I am. Don't get lost. I mean, I still get lost. When I go to the mall, I want to choose only one brand of cereal. But when I go to the cereal section, like 20,000 brands, I go, my God, I go crazy. So choices that no other country have in the world, I promise you. You have so much choices and then you don't choose. Sometimes you get crazy, too many choices, I understand. You get dizzy choosing. So take advantage of what choices we have. So because of that, that's why I continue to do, not has to do with culture or anything like that, I'm a Cambodian American now. American is also my life, I grew up with hamburgers like you. I just ate it today. Again, I miss it. I miss the ice cream. I miss Cambodia is strange now to me. They found me strange too. They don't call me monkey over there, but they call me something. Are you from somewhere? You're not Cambodians? You find that everywhere in your life. But if you know who you are, what you believe, you're passionate about, you just hug them, I used to live with you, I have happened to live in the country, some go somewhere and I come back and change, what's the problem? Be nice, be kind. Steve?
When you play the flute, how do you do that? You don't breathe. Can you explain that and show me again? Because it's so beautiful.
It's hard. That you can get you dizzy too. You call any of you musician? Play any music, all of you? No musician. What do you play? Piano. So you don't have to breathe then, piano. What you play? Yes. A flute, so you breathe. But I learned this also from Cambodian master, that you circular breathing. It's just like a Scottish pipe or a pipe where you blow, and the pipe, you have it and you push the pipe, even though you don't blow, you push your pipe, and it's still, so my lip, what do you call this? Yeah, you save just enough air. You breathe it and you save enough air, pocket of air, and you push it and you breathe it at the same time because it's smaller than the bag. So you keep doing it. It's hard, otherwise you can cut the sound. So it's circular breathing, and it's hard to also to learn. You can get really dizzy. He wants me to show.
Do you want?
No, I mean.
Okay. I think your flute's over here. Other questions, and ideally questions that are less strenuous for Arn?
Hi, you mentioned that you found a lot of masters who were really good at music, and that you brought them in to learn how to do it from them. I was just wondering, were they a lot of them immediately willing to help out, or is that like a process that maybe they didn't want to go back out and continue to practice?
She sold Check Mike, Diana Ross, like to say. Now they sold, chocolate. She sold chung, black chocolate, and then white wine and red wines to people, and nobody come and buy it for her because in front of her house hut it was mud, like mud. So I went and stumbled to her and I called her by name. She was still disoriented because she drank. She ended up drinking the wine herself, and then she was about to die, really, too. And I picked her up and I called her name by name. She was startled. She said, "How do you know my name?" I said, "You know, I used to hear your voice all the time when I was a boy on the radio. Are you still singing?" She said, "Yes, son. That's who I am. I'm a singer." And I told her, "Would you sing for me? I give you the money." She said, "How much do you have?" I said, "Sing only 5 songs." I gave her like $1 then, a lot, $1. She knows what $1 is. I said to her in English sometime, I spoke to her, I forgot, I said English, $1. She said, $1? How many songs you want to hear? I said, only 5, because she knows 1,000. And 5 songs, and she said, before I sing, give me a beer, a sandwich, and your $1. She was tough lady, and I gave her, it was a bad combination, beers and a sandwich, a beer. She passed out, and with a beer, she sang 5 songs for me. She got $5 and a beer, and passed out. And I have to take her to the hospital immediately, and it took $100 more to cure her before she can get up again. They were willing, but she didn't know why I knew her name, but she was still disoriented. She thought that the Khmer Rouge did not end yet, you see, many of whom. But if you go to them and ask them to teach, that's what they really want. They don't want to die drunk. All of them, I found out, they're very how you say it, they are like our history, they have their history, our history, where I learned about my parents through them. And that's what I want to find out when I return to Cambodia. Beside, I had probably 25 or 30 immediate members of my family, including my little brother and sister, starved to death. So you lost your country, and what then? Why you want to learn? Or why do you want to live? Those 2 or 3, 4 reasons why you want to continue. See, so I was in that situation, and some of the many Cambodian refugees, like your parents, it's a heavy load in their heart, in their mind. You have to ask them, talk to them. You use me as an excuse. You go back to your mom and say, "Mom, can I hear your story? I heard Arn's story. Is that your story too? I want to hear it." It's harder to hear from your mom. And what year are you now here? Junior. Yeah, I know your mom. I know her face, and very friendly, and she's still alive. She was young, much younger than me when she got here. Yeah, I encourage you to start with her. "Mom, you seem to be okay, but I just heard Arn's story. Is that what you went through, or your parent went through?" Start asking, so you can connect yourself, the story that you've lost. With no connection, we seem to be like going to our future very blurry, right? We don't know what we want to do in our lives because we were cut off by everything. That's where I had been in my life, and I found my new family now. I found my adopted family. I found Steve. I found my Peter Pan. I found all of you. Now, I literally don't see you white, black, blue anymore, because I talk like you. I cry like you. I love like you. I eat like you. I hurt like you. So I don't care who comes to me with what. My weapon now here, not AK-47 anymore. I'm for peace now forever. arnforpeace@gmail.com. I've been on it in my life. It's very powerful to play the flute, and people cry, and you take them by, you transform your heart to another world, your soul to a better world, I hope, with the sound of the music. That it saved me because I play literally for the Khmer Rouge, but now I'm listening to what I play now more and more deep down in my heart. And I know the power of music now, why it changes you. And it's more powerful than the guns you can ever, yeah. Arn for peace at gmail.com. ARN number 4. Peace at gmail. I used to have AOL, but it's too outdated now. AOL. So from AOL to Gmail. Yeah. But I don't answer the phone, email almost anymore. Now I have Pekadays helping me. Yes. It's from PC. I check my email wherever I go, different places. Any urgent question from you guys? Adults, student? I thank you so much for really your attention, your full attention. I feel really good for your time.
So this is one last question, I think, on behalf of the students and the rest of the audience. As you probably know, in the U.S. right now, it's a more anxious time, it's a more divisive time, it's a more violent time. And I was wondering, as someone who has lived through war, through civil war, through genocide, if you have any advice for people in the U.S. On how to, survive the times we're living through right now.
Good question, brother. Advice to survive, I'm not sure. I always use my gut, my feeling, not much intellect. That can help me a lot. I think don't think that Providence, even Providence College, that are not vulnerable to even school shooting. Don't think that at Providence College that there will be no school shooting. Because it happened in many different places now around the world. I think what we can do as an individual, like I said in my last remark, we all can feel somebody if they are isolated, if they are angry, if they are lonely and stuff like that. Just be friend with them and go out, volunteer, help out the community where it's needed, like we've done before, and that reduce some of the anger, some of the isolation that anybody feel. The argument about religion, about politics, about different issue, I'm not sure how to solve that, but I mean, from Father Cunningham, from what I got here, it's a pure love, pure caring that I felt in my heart from them, that take me far. Take me really far. Wherever I go, I use that common sense, use that love. There's no secret to that love. I just look at you and all the barrier, the love that you have. You can feel it. You can feel it, then arguing, and people like arguing. We argue too much about what my religion is right, your religion is wrong, my politics is right, your politics is wrong. They're willing to shoot. They're willing to kill. They use God to say my religion is right, your religion is wrong. They use even God as an excuse to bomb, to kill. If they were to alive now, Jesus Christ, Buddha, or Muhammad, or other God, they would have lunch together and say, they're using our name. What shame. You know what I mean? We teach them, the thing is no kill, love. Love and no kill. Those are the fundamental life. No kill, no shooting, no hurting. You're a human being. You are born with love. We forget that. Simple. We forget that. That's why I think you teach kids, you teach students how to love. You give love, they grow up love. If you teach them, you're modeling them, I'm right all the time, and you're wrong, you have to follow me, and you teach hate, they will grow up hate. They are like the white sheet of paper. The children, the young people, I feel everywhere in the world, like all of you, looking for a hero, you got the wrong hero, you're all set, you know, like you. So you have choices to choose. If I want to be, I can choose to be Pol Pot, Hitler. I can choose to be Buddha or Jesus Christ. I have the choice to choose. So I choose my passion. What is your choice? Jimmy Carter or Mahatma Gandhi or Hitler? There's a choice for us to choose. I'm not saying anybody bad or anybody good. You know, you choose to kill or you choose to not to be killed. It's up to you. You have all these choices, and you'll spread that whatever your passion is. And I hope you choose peace, because I know war and killing, nobody wins. Nobody wins. All suffering. I hope you choose the right path in your life. See model around you before they go away, before I go away, before take time. I'm glad you choose today to come. Not many speakers are willing to do this much, but I'm all in the end, it's all your life. Oh, I learned something today, at least. Maybe save your life, maybe, that I'm not sure what I answer you, because I don't have an answer to anything. Thank you. Okay.
I think that was perfect. So Arn, thank you so much for your talk, and thank you for coming back. So there is a brief reception to follow, so please, if you have time, stick around. We have some food and drink. I think Arn will be here for a little while, and we'll probably, we should give you a few seconds to catch your breath. But after that, I think Arn will be available to talk. So thank you again for coming.